all these. And these ladies together are freaking hilarious. So it might be something to go see. I would see this probably. Diane Keaton is recently widowed after 40 years. Vivian Jane Fonda enjoys her men with no strings attached. Sharon, who is Candice Bergen, still working through decades-old divorce. Carol, played by Mary Steenburgen, marriage is in a slump after 35 years. And these lifelong friends' lives are turned upside down to the hilarious ends when their book club tackles 50 Shades of Grey. Oh, good Lord, right? From discovering new romance to rekindling old flames, they inspire each other to make their next chapter. Ooh, cool. Cool. I got to catch up with you watching movies. Yeah, I want to see Rampage 2, but I think I'll go see Deadpool 2 first. I'll probably wait till Rampage comes out on DVD. But that's the book club, and that looks really, really good, guys. It does. Those ladies are hilarious. Yeah, you'll have to fill me in on how you liked it. Okay, so you have Deadpool 2, book club. Show Dogs, of course, came out today. That's pretty, self-explanatory. Yeah. I got to catch up with you. I just don't have time, and I like to go in the afternoons or early evening, and I'm working usually during that time. So I'm hoping maybe Tuesday I can get in. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Or Wednesday. I don't know. But I think Deadpool 2 is going to come first before Rampage. I just might wait for that. Okay. Dark Crimes came out today. This looked pretty good. No review yet. Jim Carrey is in this, and he commands the screen in this spellbinding thriller from the executive producers of The Revenant and Black Mass. He's a police officer. He finds similarities between an unsolved murder and a crime outlined in a book by famed writer Christoph Kozloff. And he begins to track Kozloff and his girlfriend, a mysterious sex club worker. And he descends into a deadly underworld of sex, lies, and corruption to find the shocking truth. He does. Too bad. Time to go see a movie. Chill out. Yeah, definitely a pain. Okay, so Dark Crimes came out today. First Reform with Ethan Hawke and Amanda Seyfried. This is highly rated by Rotten Tomatoes and the audience. 97% by Rotten Tomatoes, 89% by the audience, surprisingly. And this is about a Reverend Toller Ethan Hawke, who's a solitary middle-aged parish pastor in upstate New York, on the cusp of celebrating its 250th anniversary. It was once a stop on the Underground Railroad. The church is now a tourist attraction. It's a dwindling congregation eclipsed by its nearby parent church, Abundant Life, with its state-of-the-art facilities and 5,000 strong flock. A pregnant parishioner asks Reverend Toller to counsel her husband, a radical environmentalist. The clergyman finds himself plunged into his own tormented past and despairing future until he finds redemption in the act of grandiose violence. So there you go. Interesting. Sounds interesting. Anyway, Ethan Hawke, Amanda Seyfried, Cedric the Entertainer, Michael Gaston. So, interesting. To you too. You getting ready for yours? You'll be on in a little bit, about an hour or so. So that was First Reformed that opened today too. Pope Francis, a man of his word, opened today. Solars Point opened today. This one is called The Most Unknown. This is highly rated by Rotten Tomatoes and audiences. We'll see how it does. No critic consensus yet. It's the first of its kind filmmaking experiment. It follows scientists around the globe as they explore new fields and visit new places. Through the scientist's journey, the film begins underneath a mountain and ends on Monkey Island. The Most Unknown examines what it means to dedicate one's life to questions that we have yet to find answers for. That might be pretty interesting. I don't know if I'd go see it, but I would probably definitely get the DVD for it. So that is called The Most Unknown. That sounds pretty interesting. Right up our alley on this show, right? Or Encounters, at least. Carter in June. Zeros all the way across the board. A grifter who's indebted to a New Orleans gangster thinks he can make a killing and win back his money-troubled ex-lover with the help of bank robbery set to go down. The reunited lovers team up for the job but get caught in a whirlwind of danger, yada, yada, yada. Timothy Amundsen is in this, which surprises me. Wow. Paul Ray. So that is a 0 all the way across the board, guys. So probably no. I would say no, don't go see this one. That Summer opened today. 82 on the tomato meter. Welcome to Grey Gardens. You've never seen it before, 3 years before the Maisley's landmark documentary introduced the world to Edith and Edie Beale, unforget her mother-daughter, Jackie O relatives, living in a daycare dream on Long Island. Renowned photographer Peter Beard chronicled life at their crumbling estate. I remember this. Their crumbling estate during one summer in 1972. For the first time, it assembles this long-lost footage featuring glimpses of luminaries like Andy Warhol, Mick Jagger, and Truman Capote into one-of-a-kind family portrait bursting. I remember that document. It was on a couple of years ago. It was a documentary on that, the Jackie O relatives. That was interesting, to say the least. Not to go see, but I would definitely probably check it out on HBO or something when it comes out. So that was a very interesting side to one of Jackie O's relatives. It was pretty interesting. So those are movies opening this week. Of course, the top two, Deadpool 2, oh yeah, and Book Club. So definitely, the first one's a must-see, of course, Deadpool, and the second one, yeah, I would go see that, the Book Club. Those ladies are just wonderful. Jane Fonda, Mary Steenburgen, Candice Bergen, just wonderful. They're hilarious. I absolutely love them. Some upcoming movie. Well, those open today. Some upcoming movies. Of course, Incredibles will be out in June. Of course, guys, take the kids to see that. Solo, a Star Wars story, looks really interesting. May 25th, next weekend. How to Talk to Girls at Parties. That's opening next week. Mary Shelley. Now that looks pretty good. Let's take a look at that. This is all opening next week. Of course, it tells us tells the story of Mary Wollstonecraft Godwin, played by Ellie Fanning, author of one of the most famous Gothic novels, Frankenstein, and her fiery, tempestuous relationship and renowned romantic poet Percy Shelley, of course. The pair are two outsiders constrained by polite society, but bound together by natural chemistry and progressive ideas that are beyond the boundaries of their age and the time. Mary and Percy declare their love, and much to her family's horror, they run away together. Oh my God, yeah. Joined by Mary's half-sister Claire, In the midst of growing tension within their relationship during their stay at Lord Byron's, of course, house at Lake Geneva, the idea of Frankenstein is conceived when a challenge is put to all house guests to write a ghost story. So there you go. An incredible character is created which will loom large in popular culture for centuries to come. But society at the time puts little value, of course, in female authors. At the tender age of 18, Mary is forced to challenge these preconceptions to protect her work. Yes. Elle Fanning, Douglas Booth, Maisie Williams, Stephen Delane. So, Frankenstein, yes, of course. It goes down in history, right? So, Mary Shelley comes out next week also. Future World comes out next week, James Franco. Inside a Desert Oasis, a queen, Lucy Liu's in this, lays dying as her son, Jeffrey Wahlberg, travels across barren wastelands to find a near-mythical medicine to save her life. After evading violent raiders on motorbikes, shades of Mad Max, right? The prince meets Ash, the warlord's robot sex companion assassin, who's in search of her own soul. Mila Jovovich is in this also. It might be really good. That's right up her alley. As the prince is captured by the drug lord, the warlord's forces roar in, and the prince fights to save the remnants of humanity. Let's see. Lucy Liu. Wow. Okay. Very cool. James Franco, Suki Waterhouse, Jeffrey Wahlberg, Lucy Liu, Snoop Dogg. So that looks kind of interesting. Kind of a Mad Maxy type thing. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. These all open next weekend, which is, of course, Memorial Weekend. That is Future World. In Darkness opens next weekend also. Natalie Dormer, Ed Skrein. That's that looks interesting. Nothing yet on the tomato meter or audience. Blind pianist Natalie Dormer overhears a struggle in the apartment above hers that leads to the death of her neighbor. It is the start of a journey that pulls Sophia out of her depth and brings her into contact with Veronica's father, a Serbian businessman accused of being a war criminal. Sophia is drawn into a dangerous world of corruption, investigating police, hitmen, and the Russian mafia, a world with links to Sophia's own hidden past and a path of revenge she has kept hidden until now. So, yeah, that looks interesting. I don't know if I go to see it, but, wait till it comes out. But that also starts next weekend. One more that opens next weekend. Nothing worth that I can't sing. June 1st, a week after. It's going to be June already. We have Cold Skinned, All Summer's End, Ocean's 8 with Sandra Bullock, Cate Blanchett. Now that one I would probably go see. That looks phenomenal. I've seen the clips and trailers for this, Ocean's 8. It looks really good. Those ladies again. Well, yeah. You didn't know that? That's how my work works, Michelle. Same way. Mine's like that all the time. Yeah, my schedule's like that all the time.